Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to the channel. So hey, in today's video, I want to share with you guys how yes, you who just clicked on this video and are watching this video right now, I'm not talking to that guy or that girl over there, I'm talking to you. I want to share with you how you could become a real estate investor for $100 or less, and how once you become that real estate investor, you're going to get paid each and every single month. So if that sounds awesome to you and you want to become a real estate investor for $100 or less and you want to get paid each and every single month, go ahead, find that thumbs up button right beneath your video somewhere, and it's going to say like underneath it. Give that little thumbs up button a tap for me. That lets me know that you're really excited about becoming a real estate investor and getting paid each and every month. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Okay, so how do you become a real estate investor for right around $100 or less and then still be able to get paid each and every single month? Because obviously you're not going to go out, find a property for $100, purchase that property, do the necessary repairs, go ahead, place a tenant in there, rent it out to that tenant, and then make a profit each and every single month. The chances of something like that happening is just simply, they're non-existent. It's not going to happen. It's a zero chance. So that's not what I'm talking about in this video. But what am I talking about? Well, we're going to cover that right now. Okay, so the way that I'm talking about in this video about you becoming a real estate investor is not by you going out and purchasing a physical piece of rental property and then renting it out. That's not what I'm talking about at all. Instead, I'm talking about taking the approach of becoming an investor in what's called a real estate trust, or they're also known as REITs. Okay, so you got to be asking yourself, what's a real estate trust? Well, a real estate trust is a publicly traded company that goes out, finds real estate pieces of property, purchases those properties, does all the necessary repairs, places a tenant in there, collects the rent each and every single month, and they make a profit. So the catch for these real estate trust companies is that in order for them to qualify as a real estate trust, they must pay out no less than 90% of their profits to their shareholders. Now, that's where you come in, people like yourself and I, because these companies, they legally have to pay 90% of their profits to their shareholders, and they typically do this in the form of a dividend. And that's where you make your profit as a shareholder, and that's where you get rewarded for being a shareholder in these real estate trusts. And we're going to go into a little bit more detail right now. Okay, so in order for these companies to qualify and operate as a real estate trust, they're going to have to pay out to their investors 90% of their profits. And obviously, you're not going to be the only real estate investor that is investing into these real estate trusts. So they have to divide that income that they receive, that profit, amongst all the shareholders within the real estate trust that are investing into it. So of course, you're not going to receive it all, but you're going to receive a portion. Now, the thing is, and what makes this so beneficial to you, the real estate investor that's investing in the real estate trust, is that typically when you look at the dividend of a real estate trust company that's publicly traded, you're going to see that the dividend that's paid out, the dividend yield is going to be significantly higher than typically any other dividend stock that is in another, industry that is trading. So say like if you went to go look at like a financial stock, or you went and looked at like, maybe a tech stock, most tech stocks don't even pay dividends. Or if you looked at maybe like a consumer staples stock, you're going to see like, hey, that dividend is like significantly lower than this real estate trust. Like, why is it so much lower? But it all comes down to the legal fact that in order for these real estate trusts to operate as a legal real estate trust, they must, and if they're going to be publicly traded, they must pay out to the shareholders nothing less than 90% of their profits. So this is where you win as the investor, because if you invest into these real estate trusts, these real estate trust companies are going to pay out to you watching this video, they're going to pay you and me a dividend. And if you invest into the one that I'm going to mention in just a minute, you're going to get paid each and every single month for being a real estate investor, because that's what this video is all about. You becoming a real estate investor for $100 or less. So this is not going to be a lot of money out of pocket for you. Okay, so something that I thought that I would mention in this video to you guys is that there is multiple different types of real estate trusts. Like, they are not all the same. Now, that does not mean that necessarily one is better than the other, but there is basically just different types or groups of real estate trusts, if you want to word it that way. So what do I mean exactly when I say that? So for example, One real estate trust might only invest in single family homes. Another real estate trust might only invest in apartment complexes. Another real estate trust might only invest in commercial properties. I mean, you get the hint. Basically, there's all kinds of different, real estate trusts that exist. And if you just want to look more deeper and, take a little deeper dive into the different types of real estate trusts, I would just suggest you just do a quick Google search of the different types of real estate trusts. Find the, real estate trust that you feel is like a really good area to be invested in, and go ahead, find, research, narrow it down to those group of companies that are all in that sector or that type of industry of real estate trust, and then go ahead and select from that one the one that you think is the best. I mean, that's the best recommendation I can, suggest to you. So why do I like real estate trusts so much? Well, because I love the fact that you could purchase shares of these publicly traded real estate trusts, and it gets you into the game of investing into real estate and gets you to become a real estate investor for very low out-of-pocket expense. I mean, like I said, in the title of this video, you could become a real estate investor for $100 or less. Now, that's awesome. I think that's great, but that's only one of the perks. I mean, I think, the other things that I really like about it is that the fact that you get the benefit of, profiting. Like I said, if you get to the point in this video where I mentioned the stock that I invest into, the real estate trust, you're going to make profit each and every single month. And we're going to cover that stock in just a moment. So make sure you don't click out of this video. But again, investing in real estate trust, you could make money every single month or every business quarter, if you pick another, real estate trust outside of the one that I'm going to tell you in just a moment. But if you're invested in real estate trusts, even if it's not the one that that I personally invest in, you're still going to get paid, every business quarter. So every 3 months, you're going to make a profit, and you get those benefits of being a real estate investor for low out-of-pocket expense. I mean, literally like less than $100. And then you're going to get to make a profit, every business quarter or each and every month. And I think when you compare that to the fact of going out and then being, a physical real estate landlord by finding a property, going out and doing the repairs, dealing with the headaches, collecting the rent, making sure the property is rented when it becomes vacant, all of the headaches, dealing with the problems, dealing with the repairs, all of those things, it's like a major headache. Now, this is a much more hands-off approach. I really love that approach. You basically are making money as you sleep while someone else manages essentially the properties that you're invested in, and you're making a profit off of every business quarter or every single month. And I think the idea of doing that is just really, really awesome. I mean, I can't really see why anybody would not want to become a real estate investor inside a real estate trust. All right, so this is the part of the video that I know you guys have been waiting for me to tell you the name or the ticker symbol of the real estate trust that I personally invest in. Okay, so here it goes. My personal favorite and the real estate trust company that I'm invested into personally is called Realty Income. And if you're interested in maybe investing into that stock, or if you just maybe want to do some research on that stock, I'm going to go ahead and give you the ticker symbol. So the ticker symbol is the letter O. So go ahead, check that out, see if it makes sense for you, if it's an investment that maybe you might want to add to your portfolio. But like I said, I was going to give you that. So there you go. You got it. It's an awesome company. I'm sure when you check it out, you'll realize just how great it is. And I'm going to cover some of the, further details about that real estate trust company in just a second. So there you go. So the reason why I like Realty Income just a little more than, say another or any of the other real estate trust companies that you can invest in, like I mentioned earlier on in the video, is that Realty Income provides the investors or the shareholders, in other words, with a dividend each and every month. And I just think that, that's a really significant bonus, because you don't have to wait, 2 or 3 months to receive the dividend. You're going to get it every single month like clockwork. And that's another thing. They're very consistent at paying out their dividend. They don't have inconsistencies, in paying out their dividend. They're a very trustworthy, reliable company when it comes to their dividend. They make sure that they have very good tenants in their properties. And like I said, if you want to know a little more about the Realty Income Realty Trust, go ahead, look it up. But I'll put up some screenshots here, throughout the video, and you guys will see them. But it'll give you just a little more information about the company. But at the end of the day, Realty Income is just a real estate trust company that's publicly traded that invests in commercial properties. They have really great tenants that are really reliable at paying their rent, and in return, this is just great for the investors like you and me. Okay, so a couple more reasons why I really like, the company Realty Income is because since 1994, the company has given investors a 15% compound annual return to their investors. I mean, that's a pretty nice return. I mean, I get it. You might be able to, get a higher return investing into maybe like some growth stock or something like that. But like I said, that's not what we're talking about in this video. If you want to, invest in real estate and you want to get some income out of it, this is going to be a really great company that's going to provide you with income and some share price appreciation over time. So yes, I love the fact that they just per year basically average an annual 15% compound annual return to their investors. And like I said, their dividend is very consistent. And at the time of making this video, the dividend is $2.82. And that gives you, based on the share price, a 4.5 dividend yield. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty good dividend yield considering the fact that, you're doing very little work out of pocket. You're just essentially just, putting your money out there, letting somebody else go ahead and do all the hard work for you, and you just sit back and collect the money. I don't think that's a bad trade-off. I mean, hey, if you don't think that that's good, let me know down in the comment section below. Okay, so as much as I love investing in real estate trusts, there is a couple downsides that I gotta let you guys know about, because I don't want to just give you, only the good side or only the benefits without giving you the other half, because everybody knows there's two sides to every story. So like I said, as much as I, really love investing in real estate trusts, I just want to give you guys a couple of the downsides, and then I can also, let you know how you can avoid that downside if you watch all the way to the very end. So here we go. So when it comes to investing in real estate trust, although the dividend yield and the dividend in general is, like I said, significantly higher than, say, typically like another industry that you invest in some individual stock. But the problem comes is the way that the dividend yield and the dividend is taxed, because the dividends that you receive, if you have the dividends paid out to you, your dividends from investing in a real estate trust are going to be taxed as ordinary earned income, and they're going to be taxed as high all the way up to possibly 37%. I mean, that's a lot of money, you guys. Like, you do not want to give up 30% of the income, because you're like, well, that was the whole point. Like, I invested into a real estate trust because I want the income without having to deal with, the headaches that we mentioned earlier on this video, by becoming, a landlord and investing in physical property. That's, like I said, the whole reason why you would invest in a real estate trust is because you don't want to have to deal with the headache. You don't want to have to deal with the worry or the stress that comes with investing in physical property and being a landlord of that type. So how do you go about avoiding paying such a heavy tax on your dividends? Well, I'm about to explain that to you right now. So if you want to reap the benefits of investing in a great company like Realty Income or some other realty trust company that is going to be a great investment for you, and you want to just enjoy the great benefits of receiving that consistent dividend income, but you don't want to get hit with that heavy 37% tax on the dividend as it's paid out to you, then the only way that you're going to truly reap the benefits of being invested in a real estate trust is that, and instead of purchasing your shares of a realty trust company in a traditional brokerage account, what you're going to do instead, now listen clearly and listen closely, you're going to purchase these shares of the real estate trust company that you choose. You're going to purchase those shares of that real estate trust in a Roth IRA, because by doing this, a Roth IRA is a tax sheltered account. So essentially, you're like cutting off or blocking off those taxes from touching your dividends, because in a Roth IRA, your dividends are not going to be taxed, and you just want to reinvest those dividends. You don't want to have those dividends paid out to you, because why would you want to pay taxes on those dividends? So you're going to just make sure that you purchase those shares of the real estate trust that you want to own inside a Roth IRA account, so that way it becomes completely tax-free at the point in time where you go ahead and finally just sell and withdraw out of your Roth IRA. You're going to remove all that income, completely tax sheltered, completely tax-free. So you're welcome for that. that is just like a huge tip. It's going to make you a lot of money and save you a lot of money by the fact that you're not going to get taxed 37%. Because like I said, as much as I like realty trust and real estate trust, in other words, and I really like Realty Income, you do not want to get hit with 37% tax on the money that you're making off of these stocks. So in order to avoid that, make sure if you invest in whatever real estate trust that you get, make sure you buy the shares of those real estate trusts inside a Roth IRA, so that way you don't get hit with those taxes. Hey, so now you know how you could become a real estate investor for $100 or less and get paid each and every month, or worst case scenario, you're gonna get paid about every 3 months. So I hope that you guys got some really great value out of this video. And if you did, be sure to let me know your feedback down in the comment section below. And then also, if you could just hit the thumbs up button on this video if you did not earlier. And if you're new to this channel and you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit that red subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way YouTube will notify you each and every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next video.